Hey up, Sofa Squad, and we are live back with another edition of On the Sofa. It's On the Sofa 48, and I've got the usual suspects with me this evening.
Artie actually bothered to show up today. Yay, Artie!
Much better
Let's all have
headspace
a round
today.
of applause.
I got laid this week, so I'm in a much better mood.
Damn right.
Congratulations!
Thank
I
you.
just got laid. I got laid earlier today.
Getting laid is nice.
And
Yes.
I'm godless sewing. I've never had a problem getting laid in my life. Keeping a woman, that's rocket science. Getting one is easy. Keeping one, let me know how you do. Let me know how that goes.
Well, keeping a woman is not that hard. Keeping a woman is not that hard. Honestly, all you have to do is throw Taco Bell at us when we get cranky,
I wish
and then fuck us really good.
I wish that was true.
Yeah.
If that was true.
It's true for me. Like honestly, if I'm crabby, hand me a bottle of wine or hand me some Taco Bell, and generally I'm pretty happy. Or hand me my child, which I'm actually kind of premiering my kid in my new little avatar here. That is my beautiful 4-year-old. I just got that picture taken yesterday. I also may or may not have dyed my hair dark purple.
Okay.
Reminds me, I have to put a decent
It's
picture
it's
on my...
purple enough to be interesting, but dark enough to not get fired.
Good call.
Okay. And we've got Greg Hartwick, my number one patron in the chat, and we've also got Spooky Bed Hair with us as well.
Yay!
How's it going, Spooky? Been a while.
And I just want to start with a bit of a trigger warning because we're going to be talking about child sexual abuse in a bit. So yeah, just a trigger warning.
Yeah, we're not graphically describing it. It would appear we are, however, discussing somebody committing it and getting consequences for it. Probably not enough consequences, because I personally believe that the only cure for a pedophile is murder or suicide. But what do I know? I'm just a bitchy hotel employee.
That's kind of my favorite question that for any cop to ever answer. How did the pedophile die? Suicide.
Yeah.
How did Epstein die?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Hey,
honestly, I think I might be kind of a psychopath because my best friend sent me a little video on Snapchat today. Her grandma's asshole boyfriend drove through a deli window, and I was telling Josh about it. Josh was like, "Oh my god, is he okay?" And all I said was, "Who cares? Chester's a fucking asshole." And but then it turns out that my friend's dad said the same thing, because this guy Chester really is a fucking asshole. So
did you say the guy's name was Chester?
His name was actually Chester. That's not just me calling him something.
Hey, so note to people in the future, don't name your kid Chester.
Seriously.
Some friendly advice.
If you happen to be from Chester, Connecticut, don't tell anybody that.
Or Chester, Pennsylvania.
That's okay. People I live in LA. People rarely claim the small town they're from. They'll just say, "I'm from Los Angeles." Well,
so it wouldn't have done me any good to say, "Oh, I live in Garden Grove."
Yeah, exactly.
It's right between Santa Ana and Huntington Beach. You've been there.
I live in the burbs. It does not sound tough. Where I say where I live.
Nobody has heard of where I live, and I like it like that. I literally live in the geographical center of New Jersey. Everything's an hour, major. Like the beach is an hour drive. All the good malls are an hour drive.
It sounds like LA. Everything's literally 45 minutes.
Yeah. True. I can't even argue with that one. That is, put that up.
How far away is Venice Beach? It's about 45.
Put that on stone tablets, because that's so cliche and true. It's so true.
Temperature's 75 and everything's 45 minutes away.
The following is 45 minutes away, and then you list things and then you put arrows in what direction that they are.
I can't even argue. And it's Thursday.
It is
So,
Thursday. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to plug this week's episode on TikTok because work and not sleeping and
so who are we
life drama.
bashing? Who are we bashing this week?
The
I'm
usual suspects.
defrosting dinner. Oh, it's
Did
still
you forget
early.
to take the chicken out of the freezer again?
I'm making pork chops today. I'm so tired of chicken.
Hmm.
Oh, pork chop sounds delicious. Actually,
So,
I love me some pork, especially
So-
ribs. Oh,
So he has a pig that knows kung fu.
Boris Johnson defies calls to quit after he and Rishi Sunak fined. So we're in a crazy situation where we have, for the first time in history, we have a prime minister and a chancellor of the exchequer who are criminals, who who have broken the law, and because they've both been issued fixed they've both been issued with fines for breaking lockdown rules that they put in place for going to the for going to illegal parties.
illegal parties.
So in any other situation, let's say they worked at a bank or they worked at a Starbucks, would they be fired?
Probably.
Yeah, but they probably would
Almost
be.
definitely.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that place where everyone gets rolls? Is it called Greg's? No.
Yes, Greg's.
Okay, so if I worked at Greg's and I broke the protocol, would I be fired? If I acted like these shrubs right here.
When you asked where everybody gets the rolls, I almost said Texas Roadhouse.
That's good too.
I've only been there once. I need to go there again because I do remember the cinnamon sugar butter, and I need to eat it again at least once before I die.
My whole point of asking this is because it bothers me how much of a double standard there is. There's there's a law for them and the law for us.
Yes, exactly.
What was I saying? What was my consistent theme last week? All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. I'm telling you, this is Orwellian as fuck up in here.
Yeah, but Greg is
What about
asking.
Henry VIII, Greg? I'm confused.
Well, but the thing is, Henry VIII. First of all, Henry VIII was a king, not the prime minister. And second of all, yes, he did a lot of nasty shit, but it was all legal, you see.
And the song is funny.
Well, the song from Ghost.
I don't know. I just remember singing it when I was a little kid. Henry VIII, I am.
Yeah. Sam sings it. Through Whoopi Goldberg's character to Molly to prove that.
Yeah, I think I knew it a little bit before then, but yes, that's the one I know.
but you see, he was the king, and so everything he did was legal, and so he didn't break the law in that sense.
That just
Boris
me want to watch
Johnson,
part one.
It's good to be the king.
He's the first prime minister to break the law, and neither he or Rishi are resigning.
So is a fine like in America you get arrested and a fine?
Yeah.
So is a fine, is that like a conviction? Is that admitting to doing wrong? Is that like, oh, you were so wrong, we have to fine you?
Yeah. If they've issued fines, that means you've broken the law.
Will they have any consequence whatsoever?
It's hard to tell, but at the moment, this is what sickens me, because we've had car crash interview after car crash interview with various Tory MPs coming out in defense of these two, especially in defense of Boris. saying, "Well, yes, he made a mistake, but he's apologized," and we just think the people just want to move on now.
Yeah, without
No, we don't.
Can we please just discuss the fact that Spooky Bed Hair just referred to Artie's dick as the little train that can, if we look in the chat? Woo!
missed you, Spooky. We missed you.
We need to take a moment to appreciate that, because that's actually almost better than any of the horrible pictures and diagrams.
Spooky,
Oh my god.
Spooky, it was the ex and the only woman you've ever heard me talk about.
Okay, so you fuck the ex and leave us asking why. Ah!
Well, because I'm only ever going to have sex with one person, and whether it's going to be her or nobody, because I'm not interested in fucking finding another piece of anything from anywhere. So
For God's sake, Artie, use Tinder like normal people. X-Sex is like some of the most damaging
I can't
shit.
tell you how much I don't want to do that.
See
don't-
now,
Okay, well, I can't tell you how
I
like
don't
one bad
care
idea-
enough.
About
I
being
don't
interested.
care enough
Yeah.
to want to go talk to somebody, let alone get set up a Tinder account and talk to stupid crazy bitches who want to lie to me about how many kids they got.
everything
Hey,
Artie
what?
just said. And no, hold on. Everything Artie just said, I second. Since we're doing the House of Commons thing, I second that.
But
the world has changed.
Yeah, I don't have sufficient libido for me to give much of a fuck about doing much.
There are very few exes that I would ever bang again. My ex-husband, of course. Well, no shit. I'm speaking hypothetically, Joshua. But
She hadn't killed them all.
well, no. There's only one that I actually want dead, and then I'm friends with a couple of them. And then there are a few I just feel sorry for. Like the one I have a restraining order on because he spit on me in broad daylight. I just pity him. I mean, the man fucked a dead deer and drank bong water. Something's wrong in his head, so you can't help but feel bad.
Those two things aren't remotely commensurate.
I'd read that book. I'd read that book.
Yeah.
But for the record, I never fucked that one. I could not bring myself to.
Speaking of which, just happens to be the law in Indiana that it's only illegal to fuck livestock if you, one, film it, and two, upload it to the internet.
Wait, so you can have all the bestiality you want, but it has to be on the down low?
It has to be livestock. It can't be a household pet.
14
And it
minutes,
has to be like, oh my god.
14 minutes and we're already into bestiality. Just like to point that
dear.
out.
It's Artie's
like my
fault. It's Artie's fault because everybody wanted to start commenting on his sex slave, although that's probably my fault. Because every time you don't make it, Artie, I make some kind of passive-aggressive comment about you ditching us to go get laid.
Stop farting.
Well, that has never happened.
But of course, Labour are calling on Boris Johnson to resign.
Hey,
But of course, they have to do that because they're the opposition. But at the moment, I mean, there was one Tory lord who resigned, but apart from that, they seem to be just sycophantically supporting him at the moment. But it's going to get interesting because apparently he's due to get 3 more fines. And there's
Yeah, swoon, 3 more fines.
yeah, 50 more fines in total are coming apparently.
well, what's the fine for lying to Parliament?
Sorry?
Is there when he said that he didn't attend the party and he was speaking to the House of Commons or whoever it was? What's the penalty for lying to them?
He should resign for that. He should.
Back in the day, they would have got 4 horses,
Okay, but
taken him out to a field,
point?
and put him out of his misery.
What is the point, though, of talking about what he should do? Because what he should do and what he will do are very often wildly different.
Absolutely, I agree.
Like,
See, but that's my whole point. It shocks me how they don't care how much shit is being thrown on them. They're just gonna stand there and smile, knowing that he should resign. His whole cabinet should resign.
The Tory party has just gone full blown British equivalent of the Republicans under Trump.
And because I don't live there and Stool's not here, I can say this: Priti Patel should be put in jail.
Why does Stool have to not be here for you to say that? Stool hates Priti Patel just as much as we do.
No, but he always jokingly says that he's not allowed to say that, which is kind of
yeah.
No, aren't they making a law?
No, that's racist, Will. That's racist.
But aren't they making a law where you can't talk shit? You can't trash the government anymore?
Oh my god, I feel like I remember that. I feel like we discussed that like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away when I was still working at the shithole. Didn't we discuss that when I was still working at the shithole? Like pre-pulmonary embolism?
Yeah.
I came home from the hospital and still made it for the show.
Because like in America, I can still walk up to a cop and be like, my opinion is that you guys are all shrubs. You're all a-holes.
ACAB! ACAB, bitch!
So you have the right to tell. So I could go off as long as I say, in my opinion.
Well, no,
you stay at least 1 arm's length away.
Yeah, exactly. Across the street.
Yeah. Or 1 baton length, whatever.
One baton length.
Sorry.
They are certainly trying to do all they can to make it illegal to protest in this country.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're just doing shit like making it incredibly difficult for anybody who's not a Republican to vote, and
we're doing that as well.
We're taking away reproduction rights.
Yeah, voter suppression.
Take away reproduction rights in the name of small government.
And
we want a small government that's fixated on your penis.
We
want a small government that's a theocracy.
Yeah, they want a small government that's in everyone's bedroom. They don't make sense. Yeah. They do not make sense.
We want to be in your bedroom and your doctor's office, but we want the smallest government imaginable.
The only reason I say that is because back in the day, and I'll make this really quick, the KKK would always go to Washington, D.C., and they would have their crazy protests. Do you know there were black cops protecting the KKK because it was their right to go at the Capitol and scream like harpies. And no matter how much I disagree with them, it's their right to go out there and spew their cousin humping agenda.
Such a double-edged sword. It's like that just sparks the debate of where do you draw the line.
I know, but see, but that's the younger, like my generation, like you kind of have to take it. That was part of being an American. Like
your generation, are we patronizing?
No, I'm not trying to be mean. But something where it's like you hurt my feelings, so I want to cancel you. Man, if you lived back in the day, like you got your feelings hurt all the time, all the time. You just had to deal with it.
There's freedom.
If you want to get your feelings hurt easily, just have a conversation with me and say something stupid.
That's not going to make my
say something stupid or just be Stool and exist.
But I think there should be freedom of speech and freedom of expression.
Oh, absolutely.
But so long as you're prepared to face the consequences.
That's exactly it. That's what people don't understand, especially on the right side of the fence. Not the left. Not right as in right versus wrong. Right as in right versus left. Just clarifying that. On that side of the fence, they seem to think that freedom of speech is freedom from consequences, unless, of course, you're a liberal.
That's one of my favorite tweets of mine today. Was somebody made the tweet of what will Elon Musk do if he buys Twitter to save free speech? And I was like, that's the new January 6th wasn't an insurrection. It's
Oh
just
my god.
coming from the same fucking people with the same amount of IQ points behind it. It's just brainless drivel.
Congratulations, Artie. I think you just made Josh laugh when you said that. And that's good because that man needs all the laughs he can get.
I think the cousin humpers should have a platform and should be able to say what they want so we know who they are.
Yeah, like Mississippi.net would be fine.
What, Josh? No, what did you say? What did you say?
Negroes.com.
Oh my god, no. No. No, we need like no. Well, actually, Parlor is a good way to identify who those people are.
Yeah, they were nice job of that.
Is that still a thing? Because I thought
They've
I
moved
feel
on.
like it exists, but is barely hanging on. But I'm not sure.
No,
Maybe
I'm actually friends with a ton of crazy Trumpy right wingers because I grew up with them, and they're moving. They're moving to something else. I saw it on Facebook the other day. Someone I've known my whole life was like, "I'm out of here, y'all. Facebook is terrible." 5 minutes later, every single person who tried to sign up on whatever site she was, they were like, "Oh, the server's down. The server's down." Like, they don't get it. These people, they just do not understand that they are the losing cause.
Yeah, there are people in the military that are stationed butt up against Russia right now, who are huge Trump fans who think that all of this shit that Russia's doing is Biden's fault. I am
ridiculous.
Absolutely certain that everybody in my uncle's generation that is former military would beat the ass of anybody that supported that insurrectionist prick.
On my Twitter, I'm not gonna say the K word, but I have a picture that says "off Nazis like your grandfather did." Back in the day, we did not have tolerance for the. My grandmother was really, really racist, but she didn't say a word when my mom married my dad. People had their opinions, but they just shut their mouths sometimes,
Yeah.
Because it was not socially acceptable. But ever since the 2016 election, it's right here. The raging racists have been emboldened and empowered.
Yeah, it's okay to say hateful shit again. It's okay to think it. It was always, it's not like we.
Well, it's not like it was okay to think it. It was just
mind control. You're allowed to think shit, but
yeah, we can't stop you from thinking, but keep your fucking mouth shut.
Fucking neck.
Don't get me wrong. I have problems with it too. Sometimes I might tell the truth if you piss me off enough.
One way to get to Rwanda for some UK asylum seekers.
Okay, so I saw this story, and this is just.
Someone needs to Photoshop a dick into Boris Johnson's mouth in that thumbnail, in that little.
So for those who don't know,
I will pay someone to do it. I don't have much money, but I will fucking scrounge it up.
For those who don't know, Rwanda is 6,000 miles away from the UK. For people who are into math.
So not me. I'm terrible with numbers, except 69.
It's like if you packed up a truck and you were going to move to Maine, but you accidentally ended up in Los Angeles instead.
Oh,
and did it twice. Because we're 3,000.
That was just horrible sense of direction.
Because we're 3,000 from coast to coast. We're about 3,000. So right. 6 is that's far.
It's 2,200 from my house to Garden Grove.
Crazy.
But so. The article says this: some asylum seekers who cross the channel to the UK will be given a one-way ticket to Rwanda under new government plans. The pilot
Why does it seem like it's like the precursor to a really bad genocide movie?
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's actually
Rwandan genocide and all that.
Second part. And the thing I learned was that Rwanda's not as bad as I thought it was.
No.
But it's still not where these people were trying to get for reasons that are meaningful.
Neither is it's one of those things, like neither is Nigeria, but they it's kind of like LA. Like LA is actually kind of peaceful, but if you go to certain sides, it's not,
Right.
Southern Nigeria right now is lit. So I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything.
Honestly, I would love to go to Egypt.
I've
I want to see this. I want to see the pyramids. I want to see the Sphinx. I mean, I know that's touristy and basic as fuck, but there are just a few little basic touristy things I want to do before I die. I admit it. I low key stuck.
I've been there, and Israel. Israel, though, is a tourist trap made for rich Americans. So be careful.
I feel like I wouldn't be happy in Israel just because I know what they're doing to Palestine.
Well, I'll tell you, I went there once as a kid, and then I went there in I think 2004 when Yasser Arafat died. It's a religious dictatorship.
Exactly. That's
Everything.
I don't
Egypt
fare
is
well.
too, though. But I've been to Egypt, and Egypt is too, though. So don't let's not forget. As an atheist,
It's
Egypt has more incentive to go there with the pretty shit that's there.
I have a question though. So the UK still has extensive property in Rwanda, obviously.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know about that, but apparently this scheme is going to cost the taxpayer £120 million.
Oh, lovely.
But of course, there's no magic money tree. There's no money for extra nurses. There's no money for more police.
But you have money to ship people to Rwanda.
Yeah, apparently
that makes sense.
Yeah,
make it make sense.
But the reason our government is doing this is because what used to happen.
He is here.
What used to happen when we were still in the EU? We used to send refugees to another EU country, but we can't.
So
do
now
that
we
anymore.
have to ship people off to Africa. Why does this seem like we're really back in time right now?
Yeah.
But a lot of countries do that, though. Australia has an island where they send people that they process.
Yeah, but that's an island country that is in the middle of fucking nowhere for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, you literally can't run.
Yeah, and the United States had Ellis Island, which wasn't a fucking bad idea, and the only reason we don't use it is because it's too small.
We still have that federal prison off of Long Beach.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
You know where I need to go? You know where I need to go in Africa? Not just Egypt. I finally remember where it is I need to go. Somewhere in the Sahara Desert. Somebody set up a sound system that's playing Africa by Toto on loop forever.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you so you're not disappointed. They do play that song in Africa, and I heard that song in Africa.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
They do.
It's set up. It's this setup that some artist set up. It's like powered by solar panels, and they just play Africa by Toto on loop forever.
To the best of your knowledge, is there anyone in Africa that knows what they do to the rain down in Africa?
No. But it's kind of like it's one of those ironic things. Like if you go to Jamaica,
rain down in
go to Jamaica.
That 100 men no more. Wow, I'm not even drunk and I'm singing it. That is like my go-to. Like me and my friends get drunk and we just scream along to throwbacks. And me and my best friend always have to play Africa at least once.
Oh, you throw on Ace of Base? I saw this sign. I'll shock you. I know that song word for word.
I was blasting.
I know that song word for word. I know Africa word for word. I'm a bit pathetic.
I know a bunch of like
I know it because I
songs.
owned it on fucking LP.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
I like all the emo music. I am like a sad bitch.
Do you know what we were talking about? We were talking about earlier about learning song. I learned a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan because of Star Trek.
Speaking of Gilbert, Gilbert Gottfried died.
I would hear a reference and I would go look it up. Like I know the entire a British star is a soaring soul. I know that because of Star Trek Nemesis. I went and looked up the words and then I went and saw the play after, So Star Trek is a bridge.
I'm not. No, Team Star Wars. Team Star Wars.
I'm a out of control Trekkie.
I hate it that they've made Star Trek all political.
Well, it was political before. It's just we're more woke now.
It's always been political.
Yeah,
It's not our fault.
woke than
Josh
the
just
original fucking
Yeah,
woke.
exactly.
Josh just said fuck them both, and it's like Josh just said fuck them both, and I'm gonna take a minute to live on the air sincerely apologize to him for the fact that he sucks that much that he can't appreciate brilliant science fiction.
I love
Hi,
them
Andrea.
both. I actually I appreciate them both. I
No,
read
I
Star
have seen
Wars
Star
books.
Wars. I can't. Well, I think part of the reason also that I will probably never give Star Trek a chance is the fact that I got into an argument with William Shatner about Autism Speaks, and he blocked me.
Well,
I told him he's supporting a hate group, and he got very butthurt.
Never
Do
meet
you
your
remember
hero.
when William Shatner said that he helped put out the fire at Universal Studios?
Yes.
I don't think I want to.
He picked up a hose for a cameraman, and
Like Trump with the upside down Bible.
I can't remember what town.
Why do we need WD-40?
I think it was
What needs to be fixed?
Culver City Fire Department went and pushed him down to get their fucking hose back so they could go back to fighting the goddamn fire.
Yeah.
He was going to sue the city for getting pushed.
What is your dog doing, Artie?
There.
I want to show a car crash.
Wishing they were fed. Hey,
I want to show you guys a car crash interview.
I'm here for it.
Tory MP about this.
Here for it.
No.
Why?
I saw this.
Well, I think the first thing is we have to deal with this problem. We have a very good relationship with Rwanda. It's an up and coming economy. It's got a very good record with migrants in this particular issue, and it's an arrangement which I think suits both countries very well and provides the best opportunities for economic migrants for those who have been in the forefront of this particular appalling problem for so long now. And I think that this arrangement is it has the potential to be a really good step forward and a really humane step forward.
Well, the president of Rwanda has been accused of human rights abuses on more than one occasion.
That is true, but that doesn't alter the fact that their reputation, as far as migrants are concerned, and their economic progress is phenomenal. So I don't think we want to sort of write this off now. It's a scheme it's a start of a scheme. We want to work with the Refugee Council, other charities, try and make it work. But the fact is, at the moment, the arrangement, pretty well everybody who observes what we see on telly with the problem with the channel and the lives that have been lost, the activities of the criminal gangs, which is everybody accepts is not a situation we can persist with in any shape or form. This has the potential, I think, to be a really groundbreaking way forward, which provides a humane outcome for the victims in question, which is the most important priority, and also make sure that we honour what we committed to do several years ago, which you've held us to account on, which is to resolve this problem.
Sounds like Bill Nye.
So, this is the beginning of a process. We have to work with the charitable sector to get it to work.
Okay.
But I think it would be wrong to write it off.
But it is a country that oversaw genocide of 1 million people in 100 days.
Well,
in our lifetimes, in my son's lifetime.
Absolutely, but if we adopt that attitude, then we will never be able to make progress with it. Rwanda is an improving economy with a good human rights record now and a good record as far
human
as
rights.
migrants are concerned. So it would be a natural.
Can we talk about how much like slavery this sounds? This is just slave trade, but it's kinder, gentler slavery where they get paid.
And the State Department. I'm on the State Department website, and they're saying, "Don't go to Rwanda." They're saying if you're an American citizen, do not go to Rwanda.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is not on my bucket list. There are plenty of things on my bucket list. That is not one of them.
It is, you know, Artie, you are right. They're volunteering them for slavery, and in my feed, because I subscribe to a lot of people from Africa. I think 4 people died this. I woke up and I was like, I can't handle this. Too much Twitter for the day. But it's like just this morning, 4 people died. In the place where they're sending the people from the UK. And Priti Patel has been there since yesterday.
It's
Coincidence?
But as Morty said to Rick, it just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a kinder, gentler slavery.
A kinder,
we're not selling you, but we are going to pay them to take you.
Well, also the UK is no longer the big kid on the block anymore, and so they kind of have to do things like that.
Well, it's weird that this was part of an economic deal that the two countries had met and agreed to.
Ridiculous.
That's fucking gross. It's all fucking gross.
Yeah.
Well, they're immigrants. They're not people.
Okay, so
like Trump and the fuck. Well, take their kids away, so it's a deterrent.
Put them all in cages. Yeah.
We'll ship you off to the middle of fucking nowhere as a deterrent from trying to come here.
What happens if you're running from Rwanda? Because they kill gay people in Rwanda. If you don't know, if you do not know this, they do.
All right, note to self: Josh cannot go to Rwanda.
And so, what if you're fleeing Rwanda because of that? And the reason I bring this up is because good old Kate Smurthwaite, I love her. She's an awesome human being, but she had a story about how she helped an asylum seeker that was from Rwanda, and what if they ended up sending that person back? They would be murdered on the spot.
Right. Yeah.
Just of course, there goes the government doing more harm than good.
And especially if you're known, they're going to kill you on the spot. You know, that's the kind of country where an atheist would disappear. Like in Nigeria, right? An atheist that gets put in prison for 25 years or something insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't see that anybody trying to make this kind of a deal with like Costa Rica. You know
Let's send them to paradise.
they're doing this because
the coast is paradise. There's a whole bunch of Costa Rica that's pretty shit.
That's like Acapulco. I actually know people from Acapulco, and they're like, Acapulco is hell.
Yeah. Well, Cancun. If you go more than a mile away from the beach in Cancun, you're likely to be dead.
I lived in Sinaloa, Mexico for 6 months. So but I have family there. No, but I have family there, and I'll tell you flat out, if you're not from there, don't go there.
Yeah. No, I drove through it with a native.
People of my color don't go there. People were looking at me
people
like,
of my color should get nowhere near it.
Yeah. So yeah.
But we all know why they're doing this. They're doing this to appease the racists who voted for Brexit.
Yeah.
To control our borders.
But it's funny how much per person it costs to control your borders all of a sudden.
You know, we have one of the most elite fighting forces on earth. We're one of the most well-equipped at the border, okay? And people, they make heroin catapults. They dig tunnels. You can't stop people if they're going to come to your country. Ask any border patrol. They have the best equipment money has to offer, and they just watch them half the time walk into our country with night vision. Good luck. Good luck pretending to be America.
Yeah, I just wish we'd go back to the way it was before Reagan, when we allowed Mexicans and Americans to freely go back and forth across the border, and it wasn't a big fucking deal because everyone was allowed to go back and forth across the border. Now when they come, they're afraid to leave because what it took to get in here in the first place. Yeah. It was the good old days. They just walk out and walk back.
But this is the thing. This is a one-way ticket to Rwanda.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to leave. Once they're there, that's it.
It's not like it comes with a conditional, well, you can come back in 4 years if you're a good boy.
Okay, but Americans in our country, if you're, let's say you're from Argentina, okay, and you get caught in the Southwest, they drop you off in Mexico and say, good luck getting home. So it's damn near the same thing.
Right.
And for those who don't know, Guatemala is one of the most dangerous places to cross on earth because you got to deal with the cops, the gangsters, the locals. It's one of the most dangerous places on
fucking
earth.
Jungle.
Yeah. You're marooning these people in Africa. And it's the same thing. Like you guys are literally just like us.
Yeah.
Insanity.
It's what was it? Who was it? Bobert was talking about. We should be clinging on or reclaiming our Anglo-Saxon roots, and I'm like, does this bitch know what kind of government the Anglo-Saxons had? The Anglos and the Saxons had.
Does she not realize that the Anglo-Saxons were not here first?
They would have burned her as a witch.
She just knows Anglo-Saxon.
That would
thing.
be too kind.
She knows Anglo-Saxon means white in her head, even though that
exactly.
doesn't mean anything close to that.
Exactly.
And they represent nothing that she says and thinks they represent. What she's thinking about is mostly just white Christians from about the 15th century.
I don't think it means what you think it means, Bober.
Using this word.
No, she's attending. She's hanging around. What's her face? MGT or whatever her name is.
Oh God, the fucking Miss Chronic foot in the mouth. God. She needs to have her. I think she needs to like have another jaw added, kind of like a moray eel, just for the fact that her foot is permanently lodged in there.
I believe the polite way to put it is that she's a handsome woman.
No, over here we say
I thought the polite way to say it was that she's a butterface.
We'll say she's a stout woman.
She's a lot of neck.
Stout.
Okay. Ew. He even has the look and the forehead. Oh my God! It's the British Matt Gaetz.
Okay. So is this guy gonna go to jail?
He better.
I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh.
But
are you really that shocked though, Will? Like, let's be realistic.
No, because in America, for as effed up as we are, this guy would at least be sitting in a holding cell because you're guilty before proven innocent. And if you think it's the other way around, you've never been to jail.
You and your brother know damn well why rich people don't go to jail for this shit.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because people end up dead in jail for this shit, and nobody wants to kill a rich person.
Oh, we're in Cali. You get points. People will give you money. Like all of a sudden, someone will get rich on their books if they off a chomo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Apparently that is like, and well, let me just ask the jailbird over here, Josh. What's the best way to gain credibility in jail? Well, that and my ex-husband told me that apparently making a pedophile your bitch is the quickest way to get cred in jail.
So. I'd hope you'd been there for a while before you made that decision.
Yeah. That does seem like a long-term decision.
Yeah, maybe you don't do that the first week.
Well, Josh was only in jail for a week, and I don't think he was housed with anything like that. He did get in a fight. He did get in a pretty bloody fight his first day there, apparently. But
Sofa, after this man was convicted, did he get to go home?
I think so. Yeah.
That's just it's just weird
because that's not a fucking neighborhood danger.
Since I don't believe in chemical castration, Jesus God. But what I do believe
you don't use chemicals. You use a machete
junk in a vice and then snapping it off with the corner of a battery.
I think that's too kind. I think that's way too kind. For God's sake, Artie, you are not creative enough.
The UK actually has the patent on liquid castration, and they're one of the only countries
that's too humane. So I understand that we have the 8th Amendment and the freedom from cruel and unusual punishment, but I really think there needs to be an exception for cruel and unusual people.
Well, it's freedom from the government.
Well, yeah.
It's like the First Amendment.
Oh my God, that's why they won't make death by John Papa state-sanctioned punishment.
But
I finally figured it out, and I'm completely sober.
See what clarity did for you?
Yeah. The article says.
Listen, I'm usually sober when I come on here, because I work Thursday nights, so I kind of have no choice but to be sober.
Come on.
I'm sober when I come on. I'm sober when I come off. Usually I just come off here and just go back to sleep until I have to leave for work.
Wakefield MP Imran Ahmad Khan has been expelled from the Conservative Party after being found guilty of sexually assaulting a 15-year-old boy. Khan had denied groping the teenager at a party in Staffordshire in January 2008, but was convicted after a trial. Khan, 48.
Wait a minute, 2008? It took 10 fucking years. You know what? I'm not even shocked.
My favorite part of this story is that he was what did they say, banned from the party, removed from the party after he was convicted.
Yeah.
We had to wait for the conviction before we were going to.
Like
let
I
him go.
said, here in
Right
America,
up until that
all in
point, he was a
favor of
stand-up
letting
guy.
the evidence decide, but like, I'm sorry, you have to be proactive in that kind of situation.
He intends to appeal his conviction.
Oh my god, of course he does.
Well,
because he's a Tory and therefore he's a sack of dog shit.
I think that like murder in the United States, that's one of them that gets appealed automatically here.
But he has resigned. He has resigned.
Was he resigned or was he expelled?
He
resigned
was
from his
expelled
office
from the
and was
Conservative
expelled from
Party,
the party.
but he was still technically a member of Parliament.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's now resigned from being a member of Parliament as well. Now, apparently.
Okay, so you
wow.
can be.
So this guy can resign, but Johnson fucking sits in the office on his fucking moppy haired ass.
No, if you really think about it, it's the same loose ass principles. This guy is known to be raping. They've let him hang out the entire time.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
Where we live,
he was a perfectly upstanding guy right up until the guilty verdict was read.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's crazy that they let him walk. Where we live, he would be in jail until he proved either he didn't do it or we were all a-holes. He could sue everybody, but he would be detained and not be allowed, or put on that list where you're not allowed to be around elementary schools, or live within 10 miles of children.
We're all adults. We could say the registry.
Well, people in the UK don't know about Megan's Law.
Y'all definitely know about Megan's Law. Everybody knows about Megan's Law. Crispin Blunt apologizes for.
I love the first names of English people. Just awesome. Crispin.
Crispin is actually the name of a street in Philadelphia.
That is my pothead name from now on. You will respect it, Crispin Blunt.
Crispin Blunt. Oh my god! You have to make that. You have to make that your display name every time you come on here now, starting next week.
I'm so good.
There will be peace in the StreamYard.
I need like a new Tex-Mex. Yeah, exactly. I love Tex-Mex.
Yo, so do I. Chex is amazing.
The homemade
rice Chex though. Rice Chex are the best.
It's not a party list. There's Chex-Mix.
But
I remember the smell of the house when Mom made Chex-Mix before they sold it in boxes.
Damn right. Right.
This piece of shit actually came out and defended Ahmed Khan.
Oh, he's even got the "I'm a raging piece of shit" smirk in this picture.
Nothing says kitty diddler like that fucking smile.
No, it's those glasses. It's those fucking glasses. And the scarf is just the
scarf hides the autoerotic asphyxiation burns he's got in his neck.
Well, the scarf will be nice if he ends up in jail.
Hey,
maybe he'll bring it with him.
Artie, don't king shame. I plan on dying like David Carradine.
Attaboy.
I plan, if I don't die like David Carradine, I'll be disappointed.
Today on things I could have gone the rest of my life never knowing.
I wasn't shaming.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
I know. I'm just
honestly,
I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm gonna die.
I don't know how I want to die. But I know I want it to be painless.
He died. He died. He called the voice a dreadful miscarriage of justice in a statement on his website. But he deleted the message after Tory bosses said it was wholly unacceptable, and he has also apologized.
Yeah, because someone was like, "Hey, dummy, did you realize what you just said right now, you dummy? What is wrong with you?"
It's like the dickhead.
The internet went wild.
The guy from Tennessee that used Hitler as an inspiration to homeless people.
as my beloved mother would say, cue the Twitterverse.
There are, I'm not saying that he's innocent, and maybe he is protecting a chomo, but there are people of a certain age that do not understand the internet. So they'll write something with what they're thinking, not knowing that people are going to trash them for it. I have to give my mother this speech all the time.
Oh my god! I feel like you and I are in very similar boats with mothers and the internet. Actually, no. My mom doesn't really have much of a cyber life. I mean, her tweets are fucking snarky as shit. Although I'm definitely funnier, but
My mom, she types the first thing that comes to her head, and I say, "Hey, I know you don't care if people hate you,
I would just rather.
but I have to live in this world long after you're gone."
Yeah, I'm gonna be here longer than you want.
And talking about Hitler,
Don't fuck this up for me.
Enfield Conservative chair suspended after Nazi uniform photo emerges.
is
Okay,
wrong with
no.
his face?
Okay, so
That's
I
inbreeding.
Hang on a second. I need to zoom in on his face because I need to like get my roast
That is
game on. All right.
biblical amounts of
Why does he
inbreeding.
look like a 5-year-old wearing his daddy's clothes? His face is too small for his head.
He looks
What
like
in the
3 5-year-olds
kaleidoscope is
superimposed over each
fuck?
other.
Okay, so I still dress like the 90s. If you're gonna wear baggy clothes, the key is to make sure the neck is around, the neck fits around your neck,
Yeah,
and that
Yeah,
your
you-
pants are around your waist.
and your
Like
jacket
this
should
is what we call fucking. This is the most baby face to ever baby face.
Okay, but I have
I'm
yet
telling you.
another. I have nothing but questions, and it's not questions. It's that people's stupidity perplexes me
I
sometimes.
have questions too.
He
I
lives
don't
in a
want the
country. No,
answers.
but
But this is
no,
what
no, but
really gets
he
me.
lives. Sorry,
This is
go
what
ahead.
really gets me.
Oh no.
Colin Davis tells Jewish News, "I have no recollection of this at all." Yes,
Okay.
yes,
why
there
do-
were various wild
Were
parties.
you roofied?
Listen. This is the good part. There were various world parties, very perverse themes expressed.
Oh my
You live like
So,
I don't think people understand. Like he lives in one of those places that the Nazis were trying to annihilate.
Uh-huh.
Like they were trying to level. They were lobbing V2 rockets just into. Do we forget history? This pisses me off.
They are
to
called.
Yes,
another-
that
they
we're
are
trying
called
to not
Enfield
teach
rifles
it.
for a
We
reason.
want it to be forgotten so it repeats itself.
Look, it wasn't that bad.
Artie, if you,
You know
I
what,
need,
Artie?
I need a baby aspirin after that. I need a baby
The
aspirin.
last time the United States had
A
an
baby
insurrection,
aspirin specifically.
it went
Why a
really
baby
well.
aspirin specifically? I need to ask why.
Oh, to
Half
stop
the
a heart
country
attack?
has completely
But
resolved.
does it have to be a
their
baby
issues.
aspirin or is big boy aspirin okay too?
but he
'Cause
was
I've never heard that
attending-
it has to be baby aspirin. I always thought big boy aspirin
It
was
depends
okay.
on whether or not you're on another blood thinner.
He was
I'm on
attending.
another blood thinner.
He was attending
And you
parties.
should be taking baby aspirin and not full size aspirin.
I'm
that
on a bunch of
he-
stuff.
He was attending parties that were perverse, and so God, goodness knows what perverse shit he got up to these parties.
Okay,
I
so
feel like he goes to sex dungeons. I feel like he goes to
Nope,
BDSM
nope,
sex
nope.
dungeons and he is not the dom.
Nope,
He
take
has
it.
a van.
Nope, take it from the guy who actually goes to orgies. No one's wearing Nazi uniforms. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, no one's
Sorry.
wearing Nazi uniforms, but he's talking
Sorry.
about perverse.
Maybe not.
I mean,
in
I
LA.
would totally go to a BDSM convention though.
I live in Indiana, man.
I've been to quite a few all around. Maybe they hide their uniforms when I show up, but no one's wearing Nazi uniforms.
The last official national headquarters of the KKK was
Oh.
in Huntington, Indiana, which is almost 30 miles from here.
In my hometown, the KKK actually did like a huge ass march on the main street.
But
Puppy!
Perverse.
It seems-
What? See,
it
and that's
seems-
another. Oh, sorry.
it seems to me that being a raging sex pervert is a prerequisite for being a conservative these days.
Seriously, he's even
Or-
got the. You know what? The baby face.
You
There's
know
also
why?
a
It's
hint of
because the
pedophilia in it.
popularity of the church has dropped, and they're not going into the clergy anymore. They're going into politics.
And I've also
On
lost
some real
count.
shit though, like
I've
you're not
also-
wrong.
I've also lost count of how many of these arseholes say I don't remember. I don't. Let me tell you,
I don't recall that.
I
My best
remember-
Jeff Sessions voice.
if you as a degenerate, if you do something crazy, stand up and be like, hell yeah, I was there. Hell yeah. My
Oh yeah,
toga
that's
is
what I
right
always
here.
do. That's what I always do.
Yes, I remember being
I own
thrown
my
through a
house like a
radiator.
motherfucker.
What's that, Sofa?
Yeah, he should say. I remember being chained to a radiator.
Yeah, own up, be a man, own up to it.
Being
Being
pegged.
chained to a radiator? What an amateur move.
Getting kicked in the head with a steel boot.
being
I've been
pegged.
kicked in the ribs with steel boots, and then I had to go to the hospital. Can my ex-husband die already?
I just don't
I was
understand.
talking about the airplane reference, but I too have been kicked in the head with a steel boot.
If you get caught, there's
I've
just
never
a
seen
certain-
Airplane.
Maybe I'm old school, but there's a certain point where when you get caught, you're like, all right,
Look, Will, I
F
broke
it.
Artie.
I was there.
I just broke Artie. I broke him. I said I'd never seen Airplane. I think I broke him.
I didn't hear that because the list is just growing and growing. Do you know that was literally my movie when that was my movie. Oh,
the first time I was
Artie hasn't dealt with me enough. Will's been dealing with me for like 2 years.
The first time I was at LAX and I heard the announcements about the parking outside, I lost my shit.
Do you know I saw that actually on an airplane going to the UK. I love that movie.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
I love that movie. I absolutely love that movie.
It is one of the funniest movies ever fucking made. If there was a lifetime achievement award for a comedy show or a comedy movie, that's fucking it.
So is it a thing because Prince Harry got caught wearing a swazi? So it's a thing for people to dress up as Nazis in your area. Get
your Brad Pitt on killing
Nazis. I just think it's weird.
100 Nazi scalps.
It's like people in northern states flying Confederate flags.
Oh, I think that's
seriously.
Weird
I live in New Jersey, and we see that all the time in fucking Jackson, which is like a 30-minute drive from here. You see the fucking wannabe rednecks with their big ass trucks that daddy and mommy bought, flying Confederate flags out
to find the first house with a Confederate flag around.
It's but we live in America, so it's a completely different universe. Like somebody would get beat up if they wore that around here.
But still, you're talking about the reason it's weird for you is because they were attacked by Germans. Well, we had a war the last 4 years with the
literally.
I mean, granted, there was one city in Indiana that got taken over by the Confederacy. They came across the Ohio and didn't fire a shot when they took over that town.
Yeah, but we're one of the only countries in the world where you can legally fly a flag of a defeated country.
Yeah, traitors. We can proudly fly the flag of losing traitors.
So in the UK, can you legally fly a Swazi? Like if you owned a home, could you just because I have a 35-foot flagpole on the side of my house just because I'm an a-hole and I like to piss off my neighbors.
I feel like a lot of the amenities on your property have to do with you being an asshole that loves pissing off your neighbors. But that's okay because if I was a homeowner, same.
I think it depends whereabouts in the UK you live. I think, but certainly in Leeds you couldn't get away with it.
That's what I'm saying.
You get the shit kicked out of you.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So
as well, you should.
Here too, when I was younger, my brother and his Marine friends, they took me paintballing, okay? And I will never forget this.
Because taking you paintballing is a good idea. No, I'm kidding.
We were paintballing, our time was over. We were all in the parking lot, and there was literally 25 I consider them kids now, but they were all fresh out of Pendleton. And this was during the first Iraqi war. So all these people had served. Some guy came up dressed just like that. They beat his ass right there. He got 3 steps out of his car.
They should.
And they dragged him out of his car and they beat him so bad they had to call an ambulance for him.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean about
that is appropriate response.
That's what I mean about Trump supporters in the military. That
makes no sense to me. I had a one-night stand with this dude who was military years ago, and then I found out he was a Trump supporter, and I was like, I regret letting your penis enter me, and I will never do so again. Good night.
I'm so glad you said that before I sipped my coffee because I was about to spit all over my keyboard.
Don't fuck stupid.
Yeah, I made the mistake of marrying stupid. How do you think I feel?
Man, when time travel is real, I need to make that note and just
No, I'm not.
slap it against my head.
But, we're talking of Trump. We're getting into ridiculous Republicans now.
Ugh.
So
Whoopee! It's my turn to shine. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, signies. Go ahead.
Well, this should so of course, this should not come as a surprise despite the misleading fucking headline. But Trump and his cronies, and this is the first Josh is going to hear this, so you're going to hear his authentic reaction. Trump and his cronies are still trying to overturn the 2020 election 2 fucking years later.
Mm.
So let's say you were under investigation for attempted murder. While this was happening, it probably wouldn't be a great idea to try and murder another person. And it definitely wouldn't be a good idea to get caught attempting to murder the same person the cops already suspected you tried to kill. To most people, this is common sense. But of course, not everyone is savvy to the don't try to murder someone while already in investigation for attempted murder rule. And by some people, we mean Donald Trump and his cronies, who are at this very moment, despite the active congressional investigation into their attempt to overturn the 2020 election, still trying to overturn the 2020 election. So
I love the writing in Vanity Fair. It's so fucking
You know,
good.
one of the reasons
I could
why
probably write for them because this is my style of snark. I think I just gained a respect for Vanity Fair I didn't know I had.
But one of the reasons I'm so angry about the things that go on in your country is because I live with these idiots in my country.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like we've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, if at my job, if I broke the law, if I incited a riot, they would throw me under the jail and fire me. This idiot is going to run for office again.
Yeah, we have the thing that we have is we have an obnoxious extreme right wing that even progressives and right liberals find obnoxious. Yes, they are obnoxious. They support some good ideas, but they're really just pricks. And then there's the right that has the same kind of people that they're extremists. But they don't talk about them. They don't talk to them. They tell them nothing about what they should or shouldn't do. They just don't act like they belong to their group. And when you try to tell them that there aren't a lot of Nazis that are voting for Democrats, what you generally get from the really smart ones is they're socialists. Of course they vote Democrat.
Yeah, socialist is used as if it's a 4-letter word on that side of the fence. It's like
Nazi and socialism is.
Well, to be fair, the average American does not even know what that means. In America, we think Joan of Arc was Noah's wife.
Yeah, 70%.
Oh my God, people really think that? Wait a minute, I'm not shocked because apparently a good percentage of Americans believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
It's a Chris Hitchens, Richard Dawkins joke from like 14 years ago, but it's sadly true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm literally quoting what Hitchens and Dawkins used to say.
I need to know the people that think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. I need to know where they think strawberry milk comes from. But I feel like I need to know. But I feel like if I ever find out, I'm going to vomit everywhere.
Yeah,
and then cry because that's what I do. Every time I throw up, I start crying because I have severe emetophobia.
The one thing that I'm semi proud of is that Trump has had to stick to obscure news sites and kind of create his own because not even Fox News will put up with him. So
yeah, the last time I saw something on Twitter from his last rally was from the news source that I had I had no idea who it was.
Exactly. So he's not being taken.
Yeah, it seems like the mainstream media is kind of over Trump. I was seeing some articles while looking for shit to throw in that the right wing is starting to kind of move on from Trump. But of course, Trump is a malignant narcissist, and therefore he's going to be desperate to stay relevant.
They tried to do that when he was running for president. They have no effect.
Trump is doing the same thing. Trump is doing the same thing that Boris Johnson is doing. he doesn't care. So no matter how much crap you throw at him, he's just gonna keep smiling, no matter.
Yeah.
The parallels are they're the same person.
Well, he now he's not just an old sociopath. He's an old sociopath who's losing faculties pretty rapidly near
an old sociopath with dementia.
Yeah, he's
that's honestly like just uttering that sentence fills me with a bone-chilling fear.
He's led a pretty delusional life.
That's like, what if my dad developed Alzheimer's? I refuse to take care of the bastard.
So, as coming from extreme, like middle class, that is true because people who grow up in affluence are out of touch.
Oh yeah,
that's the fuck they are. That's the fuck they are.
Around here, people will say something, and I'm like, do you mother effers know there's a war going on? Like we have bigger priorities than your first world, your BS problems.
Seriously, nobody cares that the Starbucks cup is plain red.
Oh no, I live in the land of the real Karens, the real ones.
I believe it. You know, when they actually had that Starburst, now I want candy. Starbucks red cup controversy. I remember when that happened. Josh was talking about we were at some service area on the turnpike. He was like, I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks. Why do you want to go to Starbucks? Because I need to get a red cup just to piss off any Republicans in the vicinity. I was like, okay.
You also live 45 minutes away from the Crystal Cathedral, where you can get your ass saved.
I've seen Jesus Christ Superstar there, and
that would actually be cool.
Okay. I have to break Will's heart for the
and Joseph. And Joseph in the Technicolor coat. I've seen both of those.
Did you notice that every single pane of glass has a donor plaque on it?
Yes, because my church.
What's Jesus Christ Superstar?
They let us wander around there. They let us wander around there. We got there early. We got the tour and everything. They let us go backstage and everything. My church was hardcore.
We just wandered around as a bunch of heathens.
But,
I was not raised in a religious household.
Honestly,
my mom was raised Catholic.
Like as an atheist, like I look at stuff like that, like just as much as like the HMS Pinafore. Like I'll watch the play. If you let me smoke a joint in the parking lot and go in there smelling like weed, I'll go in the Crystal Cathedral right now. This was awesome.
Just to watch TV.
It was awesome.
Honestly, one of the best experiences of my life was. I got really, really high and then watched Fantasia. Oh my god, it's a shocker. Something I've actually seen.
The shocker is that was noteworthy.
Okay, listen, I have lived under a massive rock for 28 years, sir.
How about Wizard of Oz? Can you do Wizard of Oz?
Oh, I love the Wizard of Oz. My ex-husband's aunt, though, she's never seen the Wizard of Oz. She's like almost 80 by now, I think. She's never seen the Wizard of Oz, and she wears that like a badge of honor.
Did she grow up on a remote island?
No, she grew up in North Jersey.
She's so anti-drug culture that she won't even watch the fucking movie Wizard of Oz.
But like everyone else in that family has seen the Wizard of Oz, but she's never seen it, and she wears it like a badge of honor. And I'm like, I remember being like, Linda, that's not something to be proud of. And I think that was when she decided she hated me.
I think that's one of the questions on the application to become a citizen is, have you seen Wizard of Oz? Are you, or have you been a communist?
Are you even American if you haven't? I got fucking roasted. While Josh was in jail, I had some friends over and we were all drinking and we were talking about shit I mentioned something I hadn't seen, and two of my friends looked at each other and then they looked at me and were like, "Are you even American?" And I was like, I think Will drags me the hardest for things I haven't seen, but like
it's just weird. The older I get, it's weird to me, and I guess I just have to get used to it. It's weird to me that people haven't seen these movies. Like if we had a war,
I'm not that young.
No, but listen,
I'm not that young. I'm pushing 30.
But listen, if we had a war and our country got invaded by people that looked like us, we would ask each other questions like, "Where are you off to?" If someone was like, "I'm off to see the wizard," I'd say, "Okay." If they couldn't answer it, I'd shoot them like it was World War II, you know? These are American staples that you need to know.
On Monday,
I at least get Princess Bride references. I love that movie.
The significance of the words, the lyrics to Afternoon Delight.
Oh wow!
It came
I've never heard of
on
it.
satellite radio, and I'm like, you know what the song is about, right? And she goes, well, I thought I did. And I was like, you know what an afternoon delight is? Be like, Dad came home for lunch. And she's like, why would Dad come home for lunch? I'm like, all right.
Or like
Oh my God.
Have you heard this song in the Garden of Eden?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
In the
No.
Garden of Eden. The story behind that is amazing. He was so wasted because people thought it was in a Garden of Eden, which it is not.
Right. Yeah, no,
he was just on a bunch of drugs.
Okay, so I'm gonna spark a debate right. I'm gonna spark a debate right now.
Spill the Wine's another one like that.
Oh heck
Okay,
yeah.
okay, no, let's not talk about spilling wine. That makes me homicidal. Is Puff the Magic Dragon about drugs?
Yes.
No.
How
Yes,
could
it
it not
is.
be?
I was actually taught that in a college class. I'm not even kidding.
Have you seen the movie?
But Peter, Paul, and Mary specifically came out and said, no, it's not about drugs.
Well,
after
the song
they
might
cleaned
not
up,
be, but the
after
fucking story is it's an opium ride.
after they cleaned up off of drugs, do you realize that like they were literally there during the height of like John Denver? Go listen to John Denver and realize that he was on more
Who's John
cocaine,
Denver?
more yayo than Tony Montana. You know?
Oh,
And
don't
remember
start,
that,
Will.
I'm trying to be
alcohol, and it took alcohol to bounce him off a mountain.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck is John Denver?
Now you just like literally spit in my face and spit in my childhood. You
Yeah, I
literally
was
just
screaming Rocky Mountain High on Monday. At the windows down, sun was out. At the windows down, sunroof open. Rocky Mountain High.
oh.
Anywho,
John Denver was
Back to
one
the
of the whitest
story.
motherfuckers to ever play a guitar, and he was a folk singer and
I guess not.
just kind of a cool motherfucker. But he
Absolutely.
spent his life tweaked as
Yep.
fuck, and then got way too drunk.
I
one
don't think we're
time
getting
and
back to the
bounced his
story,
wife
Mike.
off a
I think I
mountain.
just broke them.
You did.
I think I broke them.
Hey.
Well, I managed to break your heart at least once an episode because you find out that I don't know about something or have never seen something, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You just said who is John Denver. I might have to cut that.
Yeah. Can we get a? Can we do that? Run it again.
When I have my clubhouse, that's actually going to be the question to get in the front door.
Clubhouse.
What was the name
Are
of
you,
John
are you
Denver's
Mickey
plane?
Mouse then?
What's that? So
Are you
What was the
Mickey
name
Mouse?
of John Denver's plane?
am I what?
Mickey Mouse.
No, I just want to live in my backyard and not have any responsibility. That's all. It's beautiful back there.
Wait,
So are girls going to be allowed in the clubhouse, or are we really going to go He-Man Woman Haters Club?
if you have a
Oh, no.
backyard, you live in a nice place.
Oh yeah, I have a sizable backyard. Oh yeah, and a
Oh, then
I
side
you
love
yard.
backyards.
Yeah.
Backyards are awesome.
And a
The,
side
the
yard.
background doesn't belie where you actually live.
No, I actually do that on purpose because don't come by my house is my rule. I actually
well,
like.
if I
Oh my
ever-
god!
if
Do you
I
know
ever get
my
out
mom has a whole ass fucking very tiny list of people allowed to show up at her door without knocking or calling. I am not on it, and I'm her child.
If I get out there, I'm going to your house and you're taking me to medieval times.
I missed that.
I haven't
place.
been to medieval times since my ex-boyfriend's birthday years ago.
Capital Riot
So here we go. Capitol riot defendant blames actions on Trump and false election claims. He looks very orange in that picture.
So
Mhm.
I got caught up in a mass movement is not a it's not a defense. You're not Patty Hearst. That's not that you weren't
Yeah, no.
temporarily insane.
Right.
That come on. You
Come
gotta
on,
be
man. It
kidding
was a
me.
riot. Everybody was doing it.
So
I don't think the right likes the idea that because you were participating in a riot, you're above serving any time.
mom
for doing what you were
mentality.
doing. I mean, they're fine with people dropping off their underage kids with rifles.
Exactly. Yeah. I just don't understand. You know what it is? It's the sense of entitlement. I do understand it. I just okay. So you got caught again. You got caught. Do your time. Like you lost. Accept it.
I'm entitled to be racist. I'm not even fucking kidding. The ex's mom actually said that shit.
you know what? Be as racist as you want. Just keep your mouth shut. Like, I have opinions on everything. I try to keep my
that dumb
mouth
bitch
shut,
can't keep her mouth shut around me, and she's starting to pay for it.
I consider because like just how you said, like, my room doesn't reflect my house. Like, I have a rule, like, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
You know, people don't understand. Be whoever you want, do what you want, just don't be a dick.
It's the commandment.
Yes, the average person just can't hang with that anymore, you know. And if
I have to say that I'm not a complete dick to people all the time, because dumb motherfuckers deserve to be treated like dumb motherfuckers, and I don't think that's being a dick. I think that's
it's not being a dick. It's an appropriate response.
Yeah.
You know, for every being a dick, there's an equal and opposite reaction to being a dick.
Stupid.
Oh, me too. I was raised old school, so my patience is razor thin.
Today was an argument with a misogynist who happened to be black, and the guy's like, "Well, you're white, so what the fuck would you know?" I was like, "Seriously? If I said that about you being black, what the fuck is it if I say that about you being black?"
Really?
I know better than to do that, because I'm an actual fucking man who knows how to live like one, and I don't have to get all obnoxious and up in somebody's face because they have an opinion different than mine. But go on, I'm going to destroy you for the next 3 hours.
Was that person under 30?
I don't know. He looked like he'd be right at 30. He said that be honest. Does anybody think that women aren't inferior to men in every way measurable?
That's the younger generation. That's the younger generation.
I just want to talk.
Like, that's some incel bullshit, dude.
Yeah, these kids are digressing. They are. They're really digressing. And
so where is this guy? Who is this guy? Where is this guy? I just want to talk. Pay no attention to the baseball bat. Pay no attention to the fact that I've got my cane collection ready to go. I just want to talk.
Just like the Trumpers, when people live stereotypes, they don't even understand that they've already lost.
And this was the second kid in 2 days that had graduated from Harvard.
Our institution.
The one yesterday showed us a picture of his supercar, and he couldn't even tell us what it was.
Okay, so I have a rule. Okay, I wear a cowboy hat, and people always get shocked when I tell them, like, "Hey, I work on a ranch. If you come over here, I'll effing take you there." That's my rule. Like, if you say something, you better be it. You know.
Yeah, I'll let you
never make an allegation for which you cannot produce a corresponding exhibit.
I actually went to a wedding on the Teston Ranch, which is fucking stunning.
I've been there. That's absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god,
absolutely beautiful.
I haven't been to a wedding in years.
The temperature is like 15 degrees cooler at the house
than
anywhere else, because all the trees. Man,
I think the last wedding I went to was my own.
Oh, and what's the name of the titty bar in Tustin?
That's like on the other side of town.
It's unbelievably wonderful place. It's second to Cheetahs, if you are familiar with the vernaculars.
Of course I am.
I've never been to a titty bar.
Ironically, 3 weeks ago, I got lost in the valley and I saw Deja Vu's, and I was like, "Oh, I know where I am."
Oh, Jesus! They still have those? Was it open?
Oh yeah, they're still open.
No kidding.
They're
the part still exists is Bennigan's. There's actually one in Vineland.
Come on.
Here either.
Sex will never go out of style as long as
but they.
Especially not BDSM.
Come on, as long as I call humans trash monkeys. So as long as trash monkeys exist, we will.
But Deja Vu exists for 18.
Wait, what are trash monkeys?
They're not getting the attractive girls.
So I call us monkeys as a slang because we're great apes. And what do we produce? What do we produce as a species? What do we produce? Yeah. So we're trash monkeys.
It just sounds like a racial slur, and I think I would be careful not to use that in mixed company.
I associate like mainly with people of color anyway.
He is mixed.
Yeah, like most people I hang out with in real life are people of color. So and I scream trash monkey all the time. All the time. Matter of fact, if you come to LA, you'll probably hear it in my area, and I invented it. I ask people that question all the time, and I tell them, we are great apes, but I say that as a slang. Like I call us monkeys.
So I think you need to change your handle to Godless Trash Monkey.
That'll start fights. That'll start fights.
Oh wait, it's fine for your neighbors, but it's not okay online.
No, I have been so trashed online for not fitting people's stereotypes. It's not even funny. It's not. And if you came to my town, I would sadly be your stereotype because everyone talks just like me. We all say dude and bro.
Godless sewing and not godless dashery.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As Ukraine war. See, this is my problem. I'm impatient. If any justice is gonna happen, I'm impatient. I'm like, put his ass in jail already. If he's found to do something wrong,
put him all about a swift suicide.
Because I'm telling you, if that was any of us, they would throw us under the effing jail.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. We'd be in Leavenworth.
Yeah.
Our ass would be in fucking Leavenworth.
I'd be in Michigan City, actually.
No, your ass would be in Leavenworth.
No, I'd be in Michigan City.
No, we'd put you. No, you know where you'd be? Alcatraz.
Great.
I'm going to jail in a time machine.
Yeah, I was about to say great tour. You guys, if you're ever in San Francisco, California, pay the $25 to take the ferry. It's breathtaking.
I wasn't there long enough to do it. I was only there for 2 days, but San Francisco, in only 2 days, became my favorite city. And I love Denver, but San Francisco.
My favorite city will always be New York. I love New York.
San Francisco is only for billionaires now. Like you have to be. LA's turning into that too. Like you have to be super rich. Yeah, I would live there right now if I was a multi-millionaire.
A friend of mine, I think she still works for Charles Schwab, but she still owns a 2-story flat in San Francisco, and the rent just went from $12,000 to $14,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
40,000. Okay.
And she lives in Indianapolis, so she paid off her house in a little over a year with the rent money from her house in San Francisco. She turned a 1-story duplex into a 2-story single home, and paid for it in a year and a half with rent money.
Oh, San Francisco is no joke. It's prime real estate. That's why when people started turning LA into prime real estate, I'm like, really? Because San Francisco is breathtakingly that is prime real estate.
I'm paying now here what I paid 31 years ago to live in Garden Grove.
Oh, wow. Hey, inflation's crazy in America. My real question is,
say hi. Puppy just wants attention.
Is there gonna be any accountability for Donald Dump at all?
Absolutely fucking not. If we're being realistic, absolutely fucking not. At the rate things are going.
If there were Republicans around like Dick Lugar,
why did that sound like Dick Licker to me?
Men who actually had integrity and who literally cared about the country more than themselves, something might have happened. But
maybe more like John McCain's
Dick Lugar and John McCain aren't part of that fucking mix anymore, and the cake.
Well, yeah, that's like my mom says. There are no more Eisenhower Republicans.
Doesn't that make him a bar owner? Isn't that how you spell that kind of Republican? That's just it's publican, not Republican. So when you're a bar owner again is when you're a Republican.
I need to go to a bar again. Even though I was just at a bar like last week. I actually spend quite a bit of time in bars, but not for the reason you'd think. It's because sometimes I'm my mother's ride to work.
Oh, I was about to say my life improved when I stopped going to bars.
No, I've done a lot of work with bar at the American Legion near me, so sometimes I drive her to work so she doesn't have to take the bus. And because I get bored, hey mom, you want to ride to work? Yeah, sure. And then I just go and I sit at the bar with her for a few hours and drink all their birch beer. Because that is honestly, if you want a way to my heart, if you want me to like be nice to you for more than 30 seconds, just hand me birch beer and I'll be so happy.
I know what you're saying. I have done a lot of work with unwed mothers, but not the kind you're thinking.
Okay, Artie, we get it. You're a whore. Congratulations. Take the torch from me because I retired.
53 and never married. They tend to accumulate. That's all I'm saying.
You've never, yeah, well, marriage is not worth it. I've been there.
Me too. Keep
it's
running.
overrated. What's the benefit? A couple extra bucks in your paycheck?
I should be at least on my third divorce by now. I haven't had the first one yet.
You've never been married?
Mm-mm.
That's trophy worthy. That is trophy.
I think everyone here has been married except for you. Congratulations, you little virgin.
Baby's mama, actually, we were together 6 years, and she told me not to ask her.
You're not on this panel. You sit down and shut up, Joshua.
And then there was the second one that she broke up with me, and I had the fucking ring in my pocket.
Oh.
And then the third one, that one blew up. There was no way that was gonna happen.
So which of those are you still fucking?
The third one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way we're trying to avoid actually even being a couple because we know we can't do that without wanting to kill each other.
Okay, so you're just friends with benefits?
We've remained friends through all of everything, but yeah,
with benefits.
Well, for right now, I'm getting laid, but I don't expect to see her.
Yeah, that's called friends with benefits.
I don't expect to see her for another 2 or 3 months, so she's mostly a friend who occasionally fucks me.
That's called a friend with benefits.
But this is also the first time she's fucked me in 2 years, so it's a little hard to say that's an ongoing friends with benefits situation.
So wait a minute. What happened? So wait a minute. If this is the first time she's fucked you in 2 years, then what the fuck was that about? Oh, I can't make it like a week after I came back because I started working overnight. I'm sorry, I can't make it because I have to go get laid. What was that?
Failure?
Oh.
Thanks for bringing it up.
You're welcome.
You want to talk about it?
I mean,
I need to now.
Yeah, honestly, this is.
I need closure. I need closure now. Already.
We have to have our therapy session.
I got laid, so I don't need that. I don't need to talk my way through it anymore.
Exactly.
I'm through it. I got over it. I'm good. I got a whole bunch of other shit in the back of this fucking baggage truck that I need to deal with before I get to that fucking bag.
Oh, been there. I'm there. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. That's the last one off the airplane, if you know what I'm saying.
Heck yeah. I always say I have my own baggage claim. I have so much fucking baggage.
Your own fucking baggage terminal.
A whole section over there. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Honestly, I have enough baggage to fill my own fucking airport, so it's fine.
Oh, man.
My life's a mess.
Sorry. In conclusion, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
We're all screwed, and some of us are even getting screwed.
Yeah, fucked or fucking, we're fucked.
Woohoo!
And on that bombshell, I'm gonna wrap things up because we've been live for almost 1.5 hours.
Awesome.
And I think we've said everything that needs to be said for this week anyway.
69. Okay, now we've said everything.
25 or
69, dude.
Pretty Patel, you are a disgrace to all brown people.
Whatever you do, don't commit suicide.
And I want to thank Brain Sample and Godless Zoe and Siamese and everyone in the chat. And thanks to everyone who's been watching. If you've made it this far and you want to become a patron, you can. And your name will be scrolling along the bottom along with Greg Hartwick there. And there's other benefits as well.
Greg, I don't know how your life has gone, but I went to school with a guy named Hardick.
I had a science teacher whose name, I shit you not, was Harry Cox.
Oh, no, we had a mayor named Harry Balls.
Legend. I'd wear that baseball jersey.
It used to be streets named after him. They aren't anymore.
Josh, stop getting gay over there.
But
signs are way too expensive.
Until next week, good night.
5 Felicias and Felipes.
See you later.
Oh my God, Josh, stop.